In Listen to the Rain by Bill Martin Jr., a rainstorm is described from beginning to end using imagery that allows readers to really hear and see the rainstorm. Strong sound words allow the reader to experience the rainstorm as it happens in the book. The book starts out describing the whisper of the rain as it just begins using descriptive words such as slow, soft sprinkle and drip, drop, tinkle. Then the rain begins to get louder and is described as singing and as a steady sound. Next, the rain gets even louder and is described as roaring, pouring, and lashing, gnashing. Next, the book describes a storm describing the rain as the lightning flashing, thunder crashing, sounding, pounding, roaring rain. As the storm ends, the story describes the rain slowly stopping and the silence and the solitude it leaves behind. Teachers should review this book before teaching this lesson. In addition, teachers should read this book to their students before each activity. Anchor Standard 1. Interpret intent and meaning in artistic work. Interpret art by identifying subject matter and describing relevant details. Anchor Standard 2. Organize and develop artistic ideas in work. Create art that represents natural and constructed environments. I can create art that represents a natural environment, such as a rainstorm. I can identify that I have created a rainstorm and describe relevant details such as texture. After reading the story, ask the students what the rain looked like in the story, what the rain clouds looked like, and what they think rain clouds feel like. Tell students that they are going to be creating a rainstorm using finger painting. Show the students an example of a finished product. Tell the students that first they will use blue paint to finger paint raindrops on their paper. Then they will glue cotton balls on the paper for the clouds. Then explain that texture is the way a piece of art feels. Next, have students begin finger painting. As students seem to be finishing up their finger painting, pass out cotton balls and glue. Ask students to glue cotton balls on their paper for the clouds. After students are finished, ask students to describe their work and identify which portion of their picture contains texture. For students struggling with finger painting, allow them to make raindrops using a paintbrush instead. In addition, the teacher can provide one-on-one assistance to help students learn to finger paint. Lastly, the teacher can put glue in a bowl with a brush to allow students to easily access the glue. For advanced learners, challenge students to think about which direction they make their finger paint strokes and how it relates to the direction rain falls in. Students can also be challenged to write down how the texture of the cotton balls is similar or different than the texture of rain clouds. Advanced learners may also use markers to draw lightning bolts and other things they might see during a storm. Anchor Standard 1. Generate and conceptualize artistic ideas and work. With guidance, explore and experience music concepts. Anchor Standard 4. Select, analyze, and interpret artistic work for presentation. With guidance, explore and demonstrate awareness of music contrast and a variety of music selected for performance. I can experience music that helps me understand music concepts such as expression. I can perform music that includes contrast such as loud and soft. Tell students that they will make a rainstorm using percussion instruments. Ask students to share sound words they heard in the book. Explain to students that they will be focusing on the expression of the music they will be making. Explain to students that expression is how loud or soft the music is. Tell students that you will read the story again and they will play their instruments either loud or soft depending on the sound words they hear. Have students stand up and get in their own space. Read the book again as students play their instruments to create the sounds of a storm. During reading, pause to ask students what the current expression of the music they are playing is. Prompt students to describe whether the music is loud or soft, and prompt students to describe how that relates to the sound of a storm. After students finish playing, ask them to describe what expression means and to describe how they represented expression with their instruments. Struggling learners may stomp their feet instead of playing an instrument to demonstrate the expression of a rainstorm. Advanced learners may play two instruments at the same time, keeping the same beat on both instruments to demonstrate the expression of a rainstorm. Standard 1. The physically literate individual demonstrates competency in a variety of motor skills and movement patterns, performs locomotor skills while maintaining balance. Standard 4. The physically literate individual exhibits responsible personal and social behavior that respects self and others, exhibits proper etiquette, respect for others, and teamwork while engaging in physical activity and/or social dance. I can perform locomotor movements along with directions and changing tempos. I can respect others' personal space and teacher instructions. Ask students what descriptive words they heard for the rainstorm in the book, and ask students what movements those words made them think of. Explain to students that they will be listening to an audio track of a thunderstorm. They will hear soft noises and loud noises and will perform locomotor and non-locomotor movements that go along with the sounds they hear. Tell students that they will tiptoe when they hear soft rain, walk as the rain gets louder and faster, run in place when the rain gets very fast, stomp when they hear thunder, and clap when there is lightning. Once the audio track is finished, ask students to rejoin as a group and discuss how the different sounds made them feel and whether or not the movements they were doing matched what they were feeling. Students who are struggling to complete the locomotor movements along with the track can sway when the rain is soft and wave their hands in the air when the storm speeds up. Advanced learners can come up with their own movements to go along with the rainstorm from the book. These lesson plans use Listen to the Rain by Bill Martin Jr. to teach students about rainstorms. This book is a good way to engage young students in lessons about weather.